I've got some sassy ponytail action going on over here. I hate having my hair down when I do my makeup. I'm just, you know, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming and watching. My name's Elizabeth, in case you're new. Hi, thank you so much for coming and checking out my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another get ready with me. I'm still deciding on what kind of eye look I'm going to be doing. Not exactly sure, so that's kind of just going to be like a guessing and winging it, which is basically my whole life. Before I get into the tutorial, like get ready with me, chit chat, whatever, I want to share with you guys some super exciting news. Okay, in case you haven't noticed, I'm plus sized. You know, I'm considered fat. Even though I am the same pant size as 67% of the women in America. So like 2 months ago on TV, I saw that, I live in Maryland, I saw that Miss Maryland was accepting applications to compete in their 2018 pageant. So I was like, what the heck, you know, why not try? Because I have been invited to a plus size pageant and another plus size runway kind of pageant thing, but I couldn't go because I have driver's ed, and the other one I couldn't afford. So I was like, you know what the heck? I honestly, I had no idea. I didn't think I was gonna get accepted because I have a double chin. My body is larger than a lot of the other competitors that I've seen, and I've seen the women that do end up winning aren't my size. They don't have my body. So I was like, what the heck? Let me do it. So about a month ago, I made it past the first stage. There are 3 stages in order to get accepted. Yesterday, I had a phone interview, and the lady was super nice, and she asked me all about my high school career and all these other things. She was super impressed, and she said that I had passed the second round, and I was going to be receiving an email in a day or two letting me know if I made the pageant or if I didn't make it. I received an email this morning telling me that I am officially a contestant in the Miss Maryland 2018 pageant. I am so excited. So please follow me on social media channels just to see where I'm at in the journey. Right now it is March. The competition will be in October. So make sure you're following me if you care about my journey. Make sure you stay updated. The only reason why I applied, because I care if I win, but that's not why I'm in it. I'm in it to inspire other women because I have stretch marks, I have cellulite, I have birthmarks, I have jiggly flesh and everything. I am joining it to inspire other women who have a similar body types like me, or who don't look like the normal picture perfect people who compete, that you are just as equally beautiful as any other woman. You know, I'm no different than you. We're same. Equally beauty. That didn't make any sense. You know, we're just as beautiful. There's no competition. I want to inspire other women that just because we have imperfections and just because our bodies don't look like Hollywood bodies, we are still just as beautiful. That is the whole reason why I created this YouTube channel. That is the whole reason why I created my blog. So now that that's kind of over, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is cleaning our face. I'm going to be using I can never say this word, Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. I probably pronounced that wrong. And just a face pad. I honestly love this. I thought it was like $10, but it's only $7, and I was like, that's not that bad. And I know my hair isn't the cutest. I got like a whole bunch of lumpiness going on, but I really just threw it up. Not threw up on it, like threw it up in a ponytail. I'm kind of worried because this is a get ready with me, and I haven't done my makeup. I just like played around with makeup in a little while, so I'm kind of worried that my look isn't going to turn out the way I want it to because I still have no idea what I'm doing. I just dropped my foundation. Good job. I already moisturized while I was in the shower, so I'm not going to apply a moisturizer. So we're just going to skip that step. Make sure your hands are clean and washed, you know the drill, and go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. So I haven't mentioned this yet, but today I'm going to try out a new foundation. So this is going to be kind of a first impressions video as well. I'm going to be trying out the Referal Clean Finish foundation. It says it looks 100%, it'll give you a 100% poreless look. So let's just give you an up close of my skin. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what we got going on. Ooh. 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 I do not have the best skin, as you can see. Let's look at my nose. Oh yeah, so I don't have amazing skin. I don't have perfect skin whatsoever. I do have a lot of pore action going on this area, so I'm gonna see if this actually does give me a poreless finish. We're gonna find out. I am going to use a damp beauty blender. I cleaned my beauty blender yesterday and look, ooh, it's like finally nice and pink again. So this is actually the first time I'm opening it. Let's see what we got going. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I thought it was just gonna be like one of the ones that you like dip out, but it's kind of like a little applicator. It's like, oh, that is so cool. It's like a little spatula. That is so cool. I find that is so cool, like I've said 9 times. I am in the shade, what shade am I? 120 Ivory. And as you see, I'm not doing any color correcting because I want to see what this foundation does for my skin. Okay, so this is one application of the foundation. I'm not super happy with the coverage. As you can see, I still have a lot of redness down here. And it didn't do a whole lot in my eyebrow area. But it's not bad. But I would not say that I look poreless. I would not say I look poreless. Maybe that's why this foundation was cheaper than this one. This was like $3, this one's $4. I'm gonna go in and apply a second layer of foundation with the same foundation that I just used and see what that does. So I just applied a whole lot more just to see if it does happen to give me a fuller coverage. Okay, so now I have finished applying the second, I forgot to blend up here. Okay, now I'm done applying the second layer of foundation, and I would say the coverage is better. Let's see what you guys think about the poreless. I feel like my skin does look smooth, especially if you look like here, it looks a lot smoother. I would not say that the coverage is phenomenal. I'm definitely going to be having to do some touching up right here because these happen to be my problematic areas. And I'm zooming in and zooming out. Ooh, okay. So so this is what it looks like, kind of like if you and I were just sitting here having a conversation. It doesn't look horrible. If you have really good skin, I would suggest this. If you have problematic skin and sometimes you need more coverage, I would not suggest this foundation. If you have super oily skin, I feel like this definitely has Illuminati is what I just said, lumosity to it. I would also not suggest this foundation. So if you have dry skin and you have really clear skin or you're not looking to cover up a whole lot of acne, I would suggest this to you. It is $3. You can find it at Rite Aid. You can find it probably at Walgreens. Never been there. Or Walmart. But if you have skin like me, I have oily skin, I have acne, I would not suggest this. So now what I'm gonna have to do is just go, not zoom in, zoom out and go in and just do a light layer of my light ivory Stay Matte foundation in light ivory. I'm gonna go in and just make sure I get my problematic areas. It feels a little, it doesn't feel heavy, but I kind of get like a little bit of a greasy feeling on my face. So now that I have finished blending everything out and giving myself a little bit more coverage, I really just put the other foundation right down here because the rest of my face is pretty well covered. I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder in Creamy Natural and just using a foundation paddle brush. I'm going to try this out because I always use this with liquids and I really, oh, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. So I'm just going to go in and try it with foundation, and I'm actually, so far, not hating it. I can definitely, now that I have powder on my face, I can definitely say I do look a lot less, like my pores aren't so defined. I can definitely say I do look, like if we go in and zoom in, just compare. This side is the side that I put the powder on. This side does not have any powder. I definitely do, my skin looks, it looks good. I don't know. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. I'm definitely gonna have to try and see how it wears because I feel like it's probably going to be one of those foundations that wears off really, really fast. At least on my skin because I have super duper oily skin. But I like this one because I've noticed with this foundation, I look more, I kind of look a little bit cakey because it's so full coverage, and then sometimes I get a little happy and apply a little bit too much. But this, I'm not getting that feeling. It definitely looks more natural and light on my skin. So that's kind of like a mini review, first impressions sort of ordeal. And I really want to make sure I get around my nose because that is just a problem area for me. I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. This is my Physicians Formula Concealer RX in Natural Light. Now that I have put on my under eye concealer, I'm going to go in and do some baking and use my baby powder to set my under eye area so halfway through the night I'm not like and have white concealer all the way over here, because that would be weird. And I'm wearing black again. Apparently that's a color that I really like. I'm not gonna go in and do the whole like heavy concealing and brightening, because again, I want to look more natural. That's kind of why I tried out the new foundation. I wanted to see it because it says it's supposed to make you look natural, clean finish. I wanted to see how that went. I'm not hating it. I do wish there was a little bit more coverage, but I do look smooth. I like it, but I'm not in love with it. While I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go for my face to bake, well, my under eye area, because I'm not doing the rest of my face, I'm just gonna go in and clean up my brows real quick with a spoolie and get them all nice and brushed. I think I'm gonna bronze my face just using a blush. To bronze my face today, I'm going to be using the only bronzer that I ever use, because this is the only bronzer I have. My Wet n Wild Color Icon and Bikini Contest, and a contour brush. When you use this, you really want to be careful, because if you go and you heavy in there, this seriously has so much pigment, it's not even funny. And again, I just like to tap it into my skin to make sure it really gets in there and I'm not having a whole bunch of powder just laying on the first layer of my face. Okay, now that I have finished bronzing up my face, I'm going to go through and just use your plain Jane powder brush and sweep away the area that I have been baking. Hey, I'm filming! Now that I have finished wiping away my powder, I'm going to go in and just fill in my brows real quick. Some people have asked me why I don't use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I don't like it. It gets dried out so fast, and then it just leaves my brows looking patchy, and it's just a hot mess to work with. I haven't tried the NYX one yet, but I do really like brow pencils a lot better. I feel like it's so much easier to apply and blend them out, and then you don't have to worry about them drying out. You really only have to worry about the tip breaking or you running out of pencil. So again, the only brow pencil that I have is my L'Oreal Brow Stylist pencil in the shade Brunette. I don't do a great job filling in the front part of my brow because I really like to go in and just make sure it's blended out so I don't look like I have drawn on brows, because I want to look more natural. So I'm just going to take a spoolie and blend out the front part of my brow. Okay. Now for the eyes, I'm going to be going... Today for my eyes, I'm going to be going through and just kind of mixing two palettes together. Both of them are drugstore, both of them are affordable. After I've done my brows, I'm going to go in and use two palettes to do my eyes. There's one color that I just love in the Makeup Revolution Death by Chocolate palette. It is this shade right here. It is called Sway. And then for the rest of my eyes, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Affirmation palette. Both of these palettes are by Makeup Revolution. I will make sure I leave a link to them and all the other products that I've used on my face in links down below in the description box. So make sure you go check that out if you want to know where you can go purchase these palettes. Okay, let's get into it. So just to set my eyes, I put on a foundation and concealer on top of my eyes. That is what I like to do to prime my lids. But if you are looking for a drugstore affordable primer, you can use the... So I have already set and... So today for my eyes, I'm going to be using two drugstore affordable palettes. So today for my eyes, I'm going to be using two palettes. I purchased both of these palettes at Ulta. I know I purchased one for $15. I don't remember the price of the other one. I think it's around $10–15. Both of these palettes are by Makeup Revolution. I'm going to be using the color Sway from the Death by Chocolate palette. And then for the rest of my eyes and for everything else, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Affirmation palette. I have... Now, for my eyes today, I'm going to be using two palettes. Both of these palettes are affordable. I purchased both of these palettes at Ulta. They are both by Makeup Revolution. I really, really love Makeup Revolution's palettes. I own like 4 now. There's another 6 that I want to get that I can name right off the top of my head. So they are $15 a piece. I think I purchased the one palette for $10. This is the palette that I purchased for $15. I'm going to be using just one shade in it, and that is going to be Sway. This is from the Death by Chocolate palette, and this is the one that costs $15. And then I'm going to be using the Affirmation palette. I believe this cost me $10. I know I definitely bought it on sale. I will make sure I leave a link to them and everything else that I've used in this tutorial down below in the description box. So if you want to go purchase something, make sure you go check out down there. I know I definitely purchased the Affirmation palette when they had a Black Friday sale, but they're always having a sale on Makeup Revolution palettes. If you go and purchase 2 of their products, you will get 1 free. I know I have like 4 palettes by them now. I know there's another 6 that I want to get. I really, really, really love them. They have amazing pigmentation. Some of the colors are misses, but I have noticed that they have more hits than they do misses. So with that said, let's get into it. So the affirmation palette does not have names with it, so I'm just going to be pointing and showing you what shades I'm using. So the first thing I'm going to do is just use this shade right here, which is just a beige shade, and my Royal and Land Nickel crease and smudge brush, just to go in and set my eye area. I do not use primer to set my lids with. I just use foundation and concealer. But if you are looking for an affordable drugstore eyeshadow primer, I would highly recommend the Wet n Wild Photos Focus eyeshadow primer. This was like $1, maybe $2 at the most, and I've had this since the summer, and I do my makeup almost every day, if not 3 or 4 times a week, and I still have so much left in it. It is not clear. It is a beige color, so make sure you really blend it out. I always have problems blending it out right in my inner corner, but that is the only complaint that I have with it. So I'm just going to finish going in and setting my eyes with that beige color that I showed you. Next, I'm going to be using the same exact brush and just going in with this shade right here. And I'm going to be blending that on top of my crease just to kind of give me a light transition color. This is definitely going to be more of a natural look, so I don't want any oranges or tans as my transition color. Now that I have blended out my transition color, you can go in with a packing brush, you can go in with your finger. I am going to do one eye with a finger, and then I'm going to do now that I have finished blending out my transition shade, I'm going to go in and apply the glitter middle color. You can use a finger, you can use a packing brush. I would personally suggest, now that I have finished blending out my transition shade, I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply the middle color for my lid. I'm doing this first because it's so much easier. Now that I have finished blending out my transition shade, I'm going to go in and apply the middle glitter color. I'm going to be using a packing brush, but you can use your finger as well. And I'm just going to be going in and grabbing this shade right here and dipping my packing brush in that. I'm going to also dip just a little bit in this pink color. This is a color, the pink color doesn't apply super great, but I've noticed when I mix it with these other light pink shades, it does its job. And I'm just going to be tapping that onto my lid. Okay, now that I have applied this gorgeous pink shade, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see what I am doing. I've hooded eyes, I know, I'm sorry. Again, I really want this to be more of a natural look. I don't want this to be too heavy on the eye. I want it to look like I'm awake, but I don't want to look like I have a whole bunch of makeup on. So now that I have applied this super pretty pink shade, I'm going to go in and grab the same brush that I used for my transition shade. Just tap it into that beige shade again and blend out where I just put Now that I have finished blending out that transition shade, now that I have finished going in and blending out So I just wanted to just... looking for some... So I just wanted to zoom in. So I just wanted to zoom in for you guys so you could see exactly what I'm doing. You could see the shades that I'm doing. Again, I know. So I just wanted to zoom in for you guys so you could see exactly what I'm doing, what colors I'm applying, and you could really get an understanding of what the shades on the palettes look like. So I just wanted to give you guys... So I just wanted to zoom in for you guys so you could get a complete understanding of what colors and shades I'm applying to my eyes, how I'm doing it, and what the palettes and the colors on the palettes look like. I know earlier in the video that I said I was going to be using the Sway shade in the chocolate Death by Chocolate palette, but I decided that that shade was too gray for me and I wanted a more natural pink, kind of flirty and fun look. So I just went in and I applied those two pink shades that I showed you, this one and let me find it. This one and this one right here. And I just took a packing brush and tapped that in onto my lid. Now that I have done that, I'm going to grab this same crease brush that I used earlier, grab my transition color, and just blend out the two light pink shades that I used. That way I don't have any harsh lines and it looks more blended together and natural. Now that I have done that, you can honestly stop here if you want. If you're uncomfortable with moving down your eye, that's okay. You can stop here. You can call this your everyday look. It's easy, it's affordable, but I'm gonna keep going because I wanna darken up and really I wanna add underneath of my eye as well. You can use, I have no idea why I just came and did that, I'm sorry. You can use the same brush, but I'm going to be using my Coastal Scents BRC SO8 brush. This is just a crease blending brush, and I'm going to dip it into this light brown color and pack that on the outer part of my eye. Probably see me keep dipping my brush into the palette, and that is because I really want to build. I don't want to just have like uneven color on my eyes. I don't want it to be too light or too dark. I really want to be in control of the colors that I'm putting on and how pigmented, how dark they look. So I'm just keep going in and I'm ever so lightly tapping my brush in, and then I'm just going in and adding more pigment. You can also, if you hate, for some reason, if you hate this palette, if you hate using palettes, you can go in and use your bronzer just to darken up that outer corner. You don't even need an eyeshadow. Okay, now I have finished darkening up the outer parts. Now I have finished darkening up the outer part of my eye. I'm going to go and drop down and do the bottom part of my eye. I'm going to be using the same brushes that I used earlier. I'm going to be picking up the Royal Land Nickel Crease Brush and just using the same shade that I used to set my eye and putting that down underneath my bottom lid. Now that I have done that, I'm going to drop that brush, pick up the Coastal Scents brush, and just continue with the lower brown right on the outer part of my eye. And that is it for today's look. It's natural, it's easy, it's affordable, it's everything that I love. I hope you guys love this video, and if you do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to be producing a whole bunch of videos and I don't want you to miss out on any of them. If you want to see more looks like this, make sure to comment, because I want to know, what else do you want to see on my channel? Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.